Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great edition of Growing Up Fatherless, where we discuss how we navigated through our fatherless experience. Today, you guys, super excited because I am joined by my friend and my co-host,
the
incomparable Keith C. How are you today?
I am well. Thank you.
Thank you for joining me for this special edition.
This will be fun.
We always have fun.
Yeah.
You know how we do. Come on, Keith. Don't play with the people. Don't play with them.
You're right. Okay. You're right.
I remember the journey of which we started with Wake Up Uncensored. And I believe it was in season 1. We did an episode where it was a roundtable discussion where we were going around the table and we were talking about our experiences with growing up fatherless. And I believe you said something to me behind the scenes, something that really stood out to me was that you grew up with your dad and you and your dad have a relationship. But you said that you have a brother or siblings, and correct me if I'm wrong, I know you will. You said that your brother wasn't raised by your dad. And it came up through conversation because I have a brother on my dad's side, and we don't have a relationship. And I was always curious to know, like, how that impacts the child that was raised with the parent. You were raised with the parent, your brother wasn't. So when it comes to the personal impact and perspective, how did growing up knowing your dad was present in your life but not present in your brother's life, like how did that affect you, or did it affect you?
Quite frankly, it didn't affect me because that person wasn't in our household. I didn't know of that person until I was an adult. So as a kid, something like that isn't going to affect me. I'm not thinking about it. It's a new addition and a new idea, sure, but my father was in my household, so if he was not in the household of my other siblings, that wasn't my concern. I had no knowledge, no worries or cares about it. I didn't even know of them, so it didn't even concern me. Now, as an adult, moving forward, and speaking to my father about it, it's a bit bittersweet because I got to grow up with my father and see how incredible he is, see how hardworking and diligent he is. On the other perspective, those siblings that I have that didn't get that, they won't, and possibly, I don't want to use the word they won't ever, but they have relationship time and value that is missing. And their perspective was that he didn't do his best, he wasn't there, that whole story. But it's different than my perspective because he was there. And he was everything I needed him to be.
Okay.
And still is working on making sure he remains that, but now he has the honor of taking accountability for his actions, and he's working a bit backwards to catch things back up, because it just shows also that nobody's truly perfect in the decisions that we make. We just do the best we can, and that's my perspective on that relationship with my other siblings.
Okay, so knowing that now that your dad wasn't present in their lives, are there times where you feel guilty that you have that relationship with him and they didn't? Like, has that ever crossed your mind? Did you ever feel any type of guilt or?
No, I don't feel guilt. I never or haven't, I'll say, felt guilt. It's just something that happened. As the child, what say do I have? I keep on moving. As an adult, I don't have guilt, don't have remorse, don't have any of those things because that's not a decision that I made. I didn't put myself in the predicament to have siblings that I don't know. So
that's
it's
true.
not changing or shaking my world in any way. It's just like, okay, in the event that I continue to build a relationship with them, great. In the event that I attempt or they attempt and it just does not click or go a way that is feasible for a normal societal standard, then great. My world is not shaken in any way.
So let me ask you this. You mentioned building the relationship with your other siblings. I'm sure it has an impact on building that relationship. with your other siblings, considering you had it and they didn't.
Yeah.
So does it make it more of a challenge to build those relationships? Like, how would you describe that journey?
A challenge would be one great way to describe that journey, simply because there's a lot of time in between us getting to know each other. There's a lot of events that were or that haven't even happened yet. There are things that time just needs to be allowed to actually build a relationship with my family as a whole. And that's just if both parties are willing to take that time out and make it happen, then great, without it being a hindrance and like love being lost. Like, you know how you can start a project and depending on your mindset or what you do, you could lose track of the task you were doing. You may have what they say, you're doing multitasking or whatnot. You're just shifting tasks from one to another simultaneously. If a relationship is like that, okay, as long as there's no love loss, then we can move forward. But if it's like, all right, I want you to be there 100% of the time to fully invest, it's a bit different because my life is on a different trajectory than others. And if their life is on a different trajectory, we just have to meet in the middle if we're willing to do it. So that's why I'm like, answering your question, there isn't a real issue or a hindrance in doing it. It's just a matter of fact if the timing is necessary to put aside to do that. Like, if that's what we want to do.
Right, and I understand that, and I appreciate that response. I wanted to add that as well. Understanding the role of the father, because they didn't have it, I'm sure that they look to you in certain ways. Like, it's misunderstood, I would say. Have you ever had a conversation with your dad about why he was not present in your other siblings' life? And if so, what was the nature of that conversation and how did it go?
Sure. So the nature of the conversation with my father being transparent was more so of the decisions that he made at a earlier age, and having to make tough choices and things that were done behind the scenes to, I'll say, limit the amount of extended family that we have, wasn't really according to his plan.
Okay.
And he made a choice to stay with us. And I mean, to me, it was the greatest choice, but to others, it wasn't the greatest choice because they missed out on a spectacular father, which is subjective, you know, to whoever's listening or watching or any of my siblings, you know. That's pretty much the scope of our conversation. There were mistakes that weren't really mistakes. They were, I'll call them decisions. There were decisions that were made. And with those decisions being made, my father chose the best one he thought at the time was the best option.
I mean, I'm conflicted because there's certain things when it comes to fatherhood where I just respectfully agree to disagree. But you don't look at your father differently knowing that he was present in your life but absent from your other siblings. Like, you don't kind of just side eye, like, you know, like you gave it to me, but you didn't give it to them. Because on some level, if we're going to keep it all the way real and 100 grand, as we like to say, I mean, none of us are perfect. Let me first and foremost say that. But at some point, if you have a parent that's present in your life, but they purposely, or they knew about the other children and just purposely didn't want to be involved for whatever reason, I kind of would assume that you would look at your parent and go, maybe you're not as authentic as I assumed you to be. I'll let you answer that. Yeah,
because authenticity in itself, you're giving your entirety, you're giving your original, you are giving your all, you're authentic. Just because you're authentic does not mean you are incapable of making a decision that's right or wrong. But I don't really truly believe that there is a good nor bad. There are decisions that are truly made while we're here on this planet. And with those decisions, you have to deal with whatever outcome and whatever comes with it. So whatever you get a suitcase, whatever comes in that suitcase is yours. You figure it out. Whatever decision that you've made while you're packing, you have to figure that out. So for me and my perspective, I don't look at my father any differently, because those children and that family and those siblings that I have, I didn't know of them when I was a kid or a teenager. I didn't know of them. When I did find out about them as a younger adult, it was, okay, cool. That's wonderful, because I have extended family. I'll go get to know them. That's marvelous. Now, as a child, it may be marvelous to me, but as the adult or the parents in the room, it may be a different discussion for them. They may look at the other party, like my mother may look at my father differently, or my father may look at my mother differently. That's their decision. That's their business. That's how they look at each other. That's not going to change how I look at my father, how I view him in his morals. Absolutely not. Because I've made my own decisions as an adult and as a man, that things that I had to do to make sure that I continue to move forward. But if you ask somebody else, that decision may have been horrible. That decision may have been terrible. But that's a decision that I chose, and I did it, and I had to live with it.
Okay. I mean, hey, you just preached to the people, man.
Just saying.
And I get that as a child, you didn't know. So you can't form an opinion around something that you have no knowledge of. But as an adult, it kind of, for me, I would look at a person and go, you're kind of living a little bit of a double life. Because while you're here raising one family and present and active with said family, the other family is suffering, or maybe they're not, but they're losing out on having the privilege and the opportunity of experiencing you as a father. So that's my perspective on it. I kind of will look at the person and go, it's kind of like you live in a double life. And it's not to say that's a judge. We're not judging, but we're calling it for what it actually is.
Yeah, you're being transparent. Now, when you say that as an adult, I see my father going and creating relationships with those families as an adult.
Okay.
And that's why my perspective, now, if my perspective was that, all right, my father is currently in my life, which he is, and he has nothing to do with any of the other families or children or anything of that nature, then that's 100% still a transparent conversation that we should have. Like, I don't know about that. But because, once again, my perspective is that my father is still working on correcting his decisions, I still respect it. I still look at it the same. To me, once again, there's no love lost. And even if I were to know about them when I was younger, okay, that still could have been a chance for us to grow, but they weren't all there yet. So
I got you.
So is my perspective is still the same. He's still sturdy. He has work to do. Same as all of us. Same as me. Same as you. We have work to do. So it's a decision that was made. And even if my father didn't want anything to do with the other family, that's his decision. If my father gave me the love and support that he needed to give me when he was in my life for that time, so be it. I'll take that. I'm not into staying on the same matter and allowing that to rule my world. It's like, okay, that's the decision that you made. I'm going to heal through it. I'm going to talk through it. I'm going to get therapy through it. I'm going to do what I need to. Go pray and meditate. But I'm not going to harp on it. I'm not going to sit on it, wait on it, and stay on it. I'm going to take it, move from there.
You said something that triggered me in the sense of, you said, my dad loved me. My dad was there for me. Looking back on the experience with your dad, knowing now what you know today, do you feel your dad treated you differently because he was absent in the lives of his other children?
Well, yes, he treated me different because he was there. That's the big difference.
Okay.
He was there for me and he wasn't there for them. So my perspective is going to, I don't want to say always, but my perspective is warped. In the view of my father. My perspective is that my father did what he needed to do. He did what he needed to do. He was there, still is there, and continues to be there. That's pretty much the difference. For them, they didn't have that. They didn't have the watching him work and coming home late or being excited or asking him, can you take me to Blockbusters? That's not a thing anymore. They didn't have the luxury of being like, can I rent a game? Or
back in the day, I'm sorry.
or, just like the different things, like him teaching me how to fly a kite and how to ride a dirt bike. Like they didn't experience what it was like being under the leadership of fatherhood. They just had a dad.
Okay.
To them, they may have even had a sperm donor. They had a dad.
Okay.
That was it. I had a father.
Okay.
So whether their perspective is that he didn't care for them or whatever, mine is just going to always be something different, if that makes sense.
It makes total sense. I want to say, how has your experience shaped what your definition of a father is?
Being transparent, looking at the decisions that are made, and a lot of things that I'm saying are things that my father has told and taught me, is there is no good nor bad. Mm-hmm. There are decisions that are made. And as a man, as a male, and as a being, period, ownership, accountability, those are things. Okay.
Accountability, because
can I have my hand back? Okay, thank you. Those are things that we must deem appropriate as we navigate this existence. Be good. Like, life is good. Mm-hmm. So be good to life. And if there are things and decisions that you've made that weren't the best, it's okay. It'll get better. But going and actually receiving some type of reconciled behavior, you want to also do your very best too if there are things that you can correct back there too.
Okay.
Don't forget about decisions that were made previously. Don't forget about people, because people remember things. Places remember things too. You be like, oh man, this holds a lot of memories in here. But you want to be good and do your very best. And those are things that my father has taught me. So that's why I still speak highly of him till this day, no matter what decisions he's made, because he's still continuously doing his best. That's his legacy. I'm a part of his legacy, and I'm doing my best. It makes him proud. Great. I still check on my other siblings, whether we talk frequently or not. I still attempt to make that relational effort. Is it giving back 100% all the time? No. And I will say the same for me. No. But it's great because we are attempting.
As you're attempting, do you find yourself in moments or at different times trying to compensate for the absence in their lives because your father wasn't there for them?
In what ways?
Meaning, do you feel like a need to call them? Do you feel like, I have to show up for them? I have to go above and beyond because I was the child that was raised. They weren't.
I won't say I need to. I would more so say that I look forward to it. I look forward, and I just changed my verbiage because changing your verbiage also changes your mind. So instead of me saying I need to reconcile or I need to get a relationship with them, I look at it like, oh, you know what? I actually want to. Let's find some things that we have in common, but let's also find some things that we don't have in common, because those are going to be strong talking points. I want to know what you know, and I want to also teach you what I know. Mm-hmm. And if you're not willing to and I'm not willing to, then even better. Let's have some discussions. Let's have a debate. Like, let's really talk. Let's learn.
Through those discussions, and I'm not sure how far along you guys are out. Has there been leeway through those discussions?
Yes.
Do you ever question, why did Dad stay with me?
No.
And didn't? Never.
Oh, that you're done your question. Go ahead. Go ahead. I forgot you long-winded. Go ahead. All these pauses.
Listen, 'cause you know, I like to get it out, Keith. You know how I am. Come on now.
Go ahead. Go off.
We sit on the panel.
Go off. In good old LA. Go ahead.
Do you ever question why he stayed with you throughout the duration of your being and didn't leave, but he wasn't there for them at all? And I'm not sure. And again, this isn't an attack on him, but it's, as a child, when we talk about our parents and we celebrate our parents, one of the things that you said early on was, my dad was there. My dad taught me how to fly a kite. He wasn't, for whatever reasons, there to teach them how to do those things. Is there ever for a split second where you'll go, he stayed, but he could have left? Like, does it ever cross your mind?
You ready for me to answer it yet?
Go ahead.
Or you going to keep going? All right.
I know y'all know I can go on and on and on. So
Jeez, get this guy.
You have the floor, Keith. Go ahead.
Jeez. All right. To answer your question, short and simple, no, it does not cross my mind. Mm-hmm. I do not hold or harbor any external feelings about what happened already. And moving forward, I don't think anything differently of my father, because once again, he's on that road of recovery, or you could say redemption. He's on that road and creating the life that he knows that they also deserve.
So he's doing the work.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
When you know better and you do better, that's a monumental start.
Yeah. So I don't feel any remorse, or like I don't question why that didn't happen. I in my mind, I'd like to occupy space with other things of value and productivity. So if I'm occupying my mind with questions such as why did my father stay here, not there, to me, it may be taking up unnecessary real estate. And I'm not into that. So if my father himself, we had this conversation already, and my father told me, okay, these are the decisions that I've made and I have to live with it. I have to move forward, and pray for forgiveness and move on with my life. I take that. Okay, cool.
Through those conversations, I'm sure it's about legacy. It's about healing. Have you spoken with your dad about how this could have affected your other siblings? Because as we talk about healing, we're putting it all on the table. Mm-hmm. And though you haven't experienced it, have you ever brought it to your dad's attention to say, how do you think this could have affected them?
I've never asked my father that question specifically that way, but we have talked around it, because my healing is different than your healing. His healing is different than his children's healing.
Very true.
So on the mindset that how it's affecting them and their healing, that's for them to figure out. That's for my other siblings to figure out if they want to talk about it, or if they want to find some type of solace inside of the situation. But I don't ask them. Personally, I don't ask them, hey, how is your healing? How is your mental health? Mm-hmm. I normally can tell if I'm talking to you, or I normally can tell if I'm watching how you move. Okay. Or text message or conversation, I can normally tell. I'm very in tune. I'm very aligned. And if that's something that I'm not going to say out loud, like, dang, this person really probably should do a mental health check, I don't gotta say that. I'll just show up. Oh, he popped up. Yeah, let's take a walk. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go to the park. Mm-hmm. Let's go get something to eat, because good people, good food, good conversation. Let's go. So I don't ask them that specifically, and I don't ask my father that, but I create opportunities and room for it to be out on the table if it would like to show itself and reveal itself. And if not, then all right too.
Although you haven't spoken to your dad directly about it, do you believe that he sees the difference in what his decision? Let me think of how I'm going to ask you the question.
Right, go ahead, come on.
Because this might be a long-winded question.
Let's do it.
We're going to make it short.
Okay.
Do you believe that your dad sees the differences because of the choices that he made versus raising one family and not being with his other children?
Positive my father sees the differences.
Okay.
Just like you said, though, raising one family and the other family is absent of a father. I'm sure he does, and he has his own time and his own recovery practices to do. Okay. I'm very certain of that. Now, I don't believe it's holding him back. I don't believe it's holding him down. I don't believe it's constraining him in any way. I believe he knows the task he has to do. There is time and there is value that needs to be shown and appreciated and taken accountability for. So he's doing what needs to be done. Now, is he doing it fast, slow, medium pace? That's up to his actions. That's up to him and the universe to work out.
At least he's doing it, though.
Yeah, and for the fathers that aren't doing it, those are questions that are asked. Those are questions that are brought in the dark. Like, it's not talked about out loud. That, okay, if I was getting all the love and attention, then what about the other people? And what a lot of people don't understand or overstand is that decisions have so many different avenues and effects. Just one decision, as in not showing up for the other person. You got a baseball game and I don't show up to it. It's like, to you, that was everything. That was the baseball game, and that was, you hit a home run that time. But as a father, I missed that one moment. Now, that one moment to you may live a lifetime, but that one person wasn't there. And you wanted that father to be there. Now, the father is like, oh, all right, well, I was at my other kid's game, and I was at your younger brother's game. But it's still a moment in time that has been taken away and they didn't get to appreciate with you. So I can tell and I see how it does hurt and harbor over top of you. But you gotta, not telling you what to do, I'm suggesting, continue to heal. Continue to talk about it. Y'all, if you want to talk about it, let them talk about it. Continue to talk about it, because everybody's therapy is different. My therapy may be going outside, praying in the water, and laying in the grass in a tree. That's my therapy. It's not your version of therapy, but if your version of therapy is talking about it, asking and getting a confirmation or getting a better understanding as to why in the world someone would create another being not to love them. Like, to you, it just doesn't make sense. And it
doesn't.
It just doesn't make sense to create a whole nother entity. You create a whole nother being and just be like, I don't want them. I don't love them. I don't care about them. It's foreign. It's foreign, but it also just shows you that hurt people continue to hurt people. And that's the cycle. But as we continue to break this vicious cycle through talking and therapy, you'll find your peace.
How has this shaped your approach as it pertains to relationships, family, and even you becoming a parent?
Well, I would say, really great question. Continue to be transparent is what I would move off of. No matter if it's great news, bad news, I just continue to tell myself there is no good nor bad. There is simply decisions that are made, and I must pick the best decision, and I must make the best approach. Best of my time, like just the best. And my best may be different than your best or anybody's best. But I have to make sure that I'm moving off of good feeling thoughts and good feeling energy. And watch the people around me, because even if I'm doing something that I deem necessary and even tactful, let's say when I do have a family or when they do arrive, it's like I have to make sure that I am being my absolute best, because I am setting the bar. I am setting the example. I am the example. I must continue moving like that. And then so far I've been watching a lot of flowers, and I'll call people flowers. I'm watching a lot of flowers bloom around me, such as yourself. I'm watching them grow and thrive. And I am so in love with life that I'm watching the people around me win. It's unbelievable, the feeling. It's remarkable to see it happening in real time. So, I mean, even as a parent, when that time comes, I'll be ready, and I'll move off that same energy, because I would have the obligation to teach a new generation, at that time, how to thrive on this planet.
I believe you will be a great father.
Likewise.
You have...
And a present one.
Come on down with it. Listen.
And a present father.
A present one. Because it's not just about being there. You can be there.
You can have the kids.
But are you active?
Are you present?
Are
you relevant? Yeah.
And that's what we need to do for our kids.
Yeah.
I want to say, Keith, watching you, being a part of your journey as you've been a part of my journey, has been amazing to watch. Keith will get me together, y'all, when. But you know, and I'm speaking. You know, we always come from a place of love.
Yeah.
And I think in a lot of ways, you and I, at times, we've been misunderstood, but the love has always been there, which is what I appreciate. You are someone who I've always looked at as very intelligent, you know, very humble, very gracious, very kind, and considerate.
Oh, okay.
No.
We're giving out flowers today.
No, because listen, because some people, it's always about me. How does it serve me, my need, and my purpose?
Yeah.
And you have always been about community. What can we do to grow? What can we do to evolve? And as I've watched that over the years with you, I said, like, how did I get so blessed to have, you know, such a strong-willed person be a part of my life and the journey and the trajectory that I'm on? And I want to say thank you, because when we talk about the fatherless experience, my brother and I don't have a relationship. So when you dropped that nugget on me a few years ago, I was like, I really want to ask him. And I was nervous. I was a little taken aback. But I said, I really want to ask him, how did he navigate through it, knowing that he had it and the other siblings didn't? And what you've done for me today is you've showed me that maybe I should extend grace to my brother. Although we don't have a relationship, maybe he doesn't understand because he had it and I didn't. Of course, he's going to look at our father in one way, and I'm going to look at him in the complete and total opposite. So my takeaway today is, you know, to be more understanding. Because while I've experienced one thing, he experienced something totally different.
Yeah.
And I would like to say thank you for helping me see things in a different perspective.
You're very welcome, AP. You're very welcome. And my takeaway from everything that just was said by the amazing AP Superb, always show grace. Always provide grace, because it is given to you 24/7, whether you know it, believe it, or trust it. You are giving grace. So always give grace.
And y'all heard it from the words of the immaculate,
Here we go.
comparable, the Keith. I want to cuss on camera, but
we're not.
We
That's not what we do out here.
We may
Wake
have
up.
children working, and we use our vocabulary well.
That's right.
So
That's right.
To the very amazing, talented, humble, and gracious Keith C.
Oh, another one. Okay. All right.
Another
all right,
one.
Here we go.
Another one.
All right, wrapping it up.
We're wrapping it up.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I salute you.
I salute you as well. I salute the divinity in you. Can I have my hand back?
You can have your hand
All
back.
right, thank you.
You're not about to make me cry. You're not about to make me cry on camera. But seriously,
You're a crowd baby, but it's all right.
I appreciate you. And I just want to say, keep spreading your love and your light and positivity.
Okay.
Someone somewhere is inspired by something you said.
And he's right beside me. Hey.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
All right, see ya.
See you.